Hello, everybody, and welcome to Unmade Gaming. We are here again for episode 10 of the North Seat, Twisted. With us is our full cast and crew here to live this twisted fate in the rotting foundations that is Book 2 of the North Seat. So let's go around, do our introductions today, hear from our wonderful GM, and jump right into this game after a quick word from our sponsors. We'll start with Derek, because he seems super prepared. Bird, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
What? Hey, I'm Bird versus Plane. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at that name. I'll be playing Salim, the Maritane Keeper of the Witch Rin, which in this world is a warlock, a celestial warlock.
Sweet. Speaking of that witch herself, Miss Ginger Ninja, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I am Xmas Ginger Ninja pretty much everywhere. You can find me here. And you can find me on YouTube on Saber Dice, and you can find me on Kip Battlebeard's channel the Saturdays that we end up all working out that we're all at the same time. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I don't like almost dying every week because it makes me stressed out. But then I'm like, oh, this game's going to be so much fun next week because it'll get easier.
Wrong. That was wrong. You're wrong. So, to celebrate and assist in that wrongness, Maddie, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm Medfishmonger. You can find me online as Medfishmonger. And I am playing Cardis, who is a Titan, Tiefling, or Odd Blood, as they're called. So she is 7'9", with another 2 feet of massive antelope horns. She has a very large drum, and most of the time speaks in a fairly soft voice. When she does not speak in a very soft voice, things have gone very badly.
That's true. That's true. When she
Usually
shouts.
For them.
For the other.
And last, but this week, definitely least, Ethan, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about the North Seat.
Hello, I'm Ethan, Screw Up a Bear on the Twitter. I wrote this. This is a module I wrote that you can purchase for your own eyes and to inflict upon your own players of your choice. I highly recommend it. It's very fun, except for when it's not.
It's fun even when it's not.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're currently in book 2. We just started the Witch Village adventure. Yeah.
Sweet.
Which the title of is scrolling.
Twisted?
No, The Unwaking.
Oh, that's even worse. Okay, good. So if you guys want to get your hands on this book and torment your players, check that link out in chat. And while you're looking at links, check out that link right there. Use coupon code UMG to get $1 off and get your hands on the Dice of Rolling, which is a complete set of polyhedral dice with optimized quantities for D&D 5e. They're great for stocking stuffers, they're great for the holidays, and they're great for Secret Santas, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, not saying anything, but saying a little bit. Also, check in that donation section down below for unique donations you can donate to interact with this stream here. And with that being said, Ethan, take us back into hell. Host not hell. Either one.
Hogwarts.
Your choice.
So,
Please
in our
take us
last
back to
adventure,
Hostad.
you may remember you guys got on a boat, and that was a bad idea. Some spooky stuff happened. Some fishy faces came out of the water with some nasty, rusty hooks that tried to bring your boat down. You guys succeeded that skill challenge, and actually with no problems. That could have been a lot worse, by the way. You can end up without a boat. Then you guys got to the docks, and you were received by a bunch of witch and keepers who did not like you very much and proceeded to hit you a bunch. You hit them more times than they hit you, and you eventually defeated them. During that conflict, you met Isabel, who is another witch from the island. And she is currently guiding you to where the last of these sentient witches are. And you are muted, Mike.
I don't like how you said sentient witches.
Yeah.
As if the other witches aren't
I
sentient.
noticed that. I just chose to
Isabel,
ignore it.
We'll have explained that a little bit on the way there.
I think Ren would try to catch up with her a little bit.
Okay, yeah, just. Oh, you're back. You didn't. You're probably much safer where you were.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was an issue here. What happened?
Well, people stopped waking up.
Like they're dead?
No, they were sleeping, and then eventually they started turning into these guys. The things we just fought.
Keepers, witches, both?
So it started just being witches, and then their keepers started doing the same things. And it's just sort of escalated. Something about a lodestone making it so that people can't wake up from the underside and it physically twisting their physical forms. I don't know. You can talk to Zahia about it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Isn't that, like, everything you're supposed to prevent here?
No, mostly they try to prevent us from blowing up small villages.
Like, remember that one building when we were? Yeah?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Right. But what I'm saying is, if there's something about a lodestone, and then the witches are going crazy and blowing up everything.
You will note that walking through town, it's been hit pretty hard. It looks like there's magical fights been happening in town. So like there's buildings that are torn apart. Like there's buildings with just like circles that have gone all the way through them. Like a laser beam had happened, or like
some Dragon Ball Z mountains.
Yeah, there's some bad news going on here.
Okay.
How long has the stone been here? Who brought it?
We don't know if it's an actual. I'm saying lodestone is a term, not an actual physical thing. A couple weeks. It only started getting bad like a couple days ago, maybe 3 or 4.
I have seen something similar in a village with an illness. The illness came. People were only mildly sick. They think it's not a big deal. And then all of a sudden, everyone very, very, very sick. Sickness spread. And like that. And that made me think of this, like, maybe it's magic. I don't understand that kind of magic, but
neither do I. We should talk to Zahia. She knows more.
All right. Please, if you have a moment, could you take us?
You guys are already on the way there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking us.
All right. Traveling through the unusual architecture of the foreign town. This whole town is built in the style of a Western Kingdoms town. So think more like classical English.
That's cool.
But they're painted white walls with red tile roofs. So almost even like maybe a little more like Spaniard.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little different than what you're used to. Isabel leads the hunters into a small cluster of buildings where the half-desiccated corpses of several twisted lie melting into the disturbed cobblestones. Melting. Inside, the welcoming sounds of a hearth crackle and 2 regal figures stand over a body strapped to a table. Around them are scattered books and piles of reagents. The enticing and toxic smells of alchemy bubbles in the corner. As you enter, the figure on the left turns and draws his sword. Name yourselves, or I shall cut you down.
Is this Cyril?
It's Cyril. He's very serious.
Cyril, it's Salim and Ren, the witch, and we brought friends from the mainland. What's going on here?
Oh, Well, good to know that it's not all the witches are affected.
We just got to the island and fought witches and their keepers. What can we do to help?
Come look. And kind of directs you towards the body strapped to the table. There's currently someone sleeping on the table, but they're strapped down to it.
Is Vestian's stronger, much better looking brother here with us?
Did you bring him with you, or did you tell him to stay in the boat?
Wow.
That's up to Vestian, I think.
Yeah, I guess it's up to Vestian. I would assume it would be best to stay in numbers, though, instead of being like, hey, bro, hang on the harbor.
Yeah, when
It
there's
is a
like
little-
people that attacked us, yeah, he would definitely bring it with him. Plus, he's like
Okay.
sedated.
Yeah. Loopy.
A little loopy. I should mention, you can actually see like the bags underneath Cyril's eyes. Like he hasn't. I mentioned 2 weeks people have not been waking up after they fall asleep.
True.
You can see that on him. Like that he's not slept in 2 weeks.
Are there no other keepers or witches like Salim?
There's a couple, but we're trying to keep in a meditative stance that doesn't fall into sleep, just to make sure people don't go completely insane.
You've all been up for that long.
Yeah, anyone who's still awake.
That can't be healthy.
No.
It's not.
Does it happen to everyone who falls asleep, or only certain people, or only after a certain period of time?
It honestly not entirely sure. It seemed to be happening at random originally, but pretty soon it was everybody.
What the hell is going on with the dream, then? You all, turning to the group, had some strange experience back there on the mainland, and now we're here understanding that those who fall asleep and dream are corrupted. What's causing this?
Zahia kind of perks up. You'll notice that she is a Safar tiefling. Cyril is actually a human, not a Norman, a human from the Western Kingdoms. And Zahia kind of turns to you. She's like, "Do you know what the Twisted are?"
No.
Would Ren know?
Go give me an Arcana. See how much of this you actually know beforehand.
She didn't do very well in school.
You basically understood it to be some sort of boogeyman and didn't care. Like you didn't pay
That would
too
be
much
the coolest thing to learn about. She was probably absent that day.
Well, like a boogeyman isn't like an excuse for reasons why not to do things. Like not a real
okay.
boogeyman, but like a narrative device. So the Twisted are how to best put this. It is said that while dreamers sleep, their physical selves are left empty. If left sleeping and vacant for too long, creatures of the underside will find themselves into those bodies. And those are the Twisted. They're dream creatures who have found physical form.
Wait, what happens? What happens if someone dreams for too long and they stray from their body, but nothing takes it over?
And they're fine.
What if they're not? Have you ever heard of anything like that happening?
No.
So I understand that you're dealing with your own issue here, and I want to be sensitive to this, but we did come here to ask you a question. We recently had one of our keepers. We found him. First of all, we went into a dream and killed him in a dream, and he was corrupted somehow, and then when we woke up, we found his body dead. He had been dead for days.
This sounds very similar.
Yeah, but there was nothing in his body. He'd been dead. There's none of this twisted.
But when this spirit in the dream spoke to us, didn't sound the same. I don't know if...
No, that's not what Yosef sounded like. He sounded darker and more sinister, like evil. Ethan, I'm taking liberties and assuming that that he didn't sound like that creepy old man.
He sounded sort of like that creepy old man, but a lot more sensical.
Yeah.
Is there any way to rid these shells, these bodies, of these twisted to be able to get the host back in?
We've been trying a couple things. She motions to the some. You can see that she's been experimenting with some sort of alchemy.
Any progress at all?
No, we've killed quite a few on accident.
I'm sorry, you killed a few of your own.
If we don't, then they'll simply become twisted, and then we'll have to kill them anyway.
Oh, no, I meant... sorry, that was unclear. Your concoction.
It has killed.
Okay.
We're being very careful.
Can I take a look?
Yeah, if you'd like. What are you looking for exactly?
Anything that, like, she would know that certain... I'm trying to think. Like, certain ingredients obviously yield certain results when mixed with other things.
Mm-hmm.
So anything she would have learned to be like, oh, maybe use less of that, or maybe, like, have you tried this other thing where you...
The only problem... the only problem with that idea is that she is probably the person who taught you how to do alchemy. Like, you probably
But
haven't...
those things that she said don't put together, she put together.
Oh, yeah, go and give me an oh no, you're an herbalist.
Yeah.
You're not an alchemist.
Yeah, no, herbalist. So I would know what the different ingredients do based on...
Not necessarily, because some of them are
Okay.
made with science.
I mean, the natural ones, but yeah.
Go and give me an arcana check. Just give me another
What if I
arcana.
just throw whatever I picked the other day with Salim and his special mushrooms in there?
Oh.
Nope.
You do know that whatever she's doing has to do with, like, forcefully waking people up.
Okay.
So that's about it.
Coffee. Just lots and lots of coffee.
That seems a
Smelly
little...
salt.
That seems a little out of place here, but he's not well versed in the Arcana at all, as it is clear. But he is very well versed in like nature, surviving, like what you could eat and what you shouldn't eat. Berries and medicines. Can he take a look and see from a medicinal standpoint what the hell these people are doing?
Go ahead.
Okay.
What was that?
Many of these things, independent of themselves, would probably kill you.
Okay.
But not what their effects are when you mix them, because it's alchemy and weird stuff happens.
Yeah, he's not versed in alchemy, but he knows that each individual component is very dangerous by itself.
Correct.
I think he kind of keeps that to himself for now.
Okay.
Can I poke this person that they're doing tests on with my clay hand?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll gross him out.
I was gonna ask how, okay, the room that we're in, are there a lot of people in this room? Are we...
It's just you four, Zahia, Cyril, and Isabel.
Okay. Now, is there a room where there are, like, lots of people?
Not one that you've seen.
Okay. Okay.
Please shout death metal at this fucking person laying there minding their own business.
No.
What happens when I poke? When I give him a little finger poke?
It doesn't say how long it lasts.
How long what lasts?
The eye.
Oh. It's as long as you keep it open. Or, you're like channeling through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You have to actively channel through it.
Yeah, but I don't have a limit to the amount of times that I can do that a day or anything.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I just make you roll dice.
Okay.
Yeah, you roll dice until you want to rip your own eye out with a spoon.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
Do
about
its
that.
trap.
Okay.
That's actually not what the saving throws are for.
Sure, Ethan, we believe you.
Uh-huh.
I have never lied in my life.
Yeah, well, okay. No, I'm just having a thought. So, I think she wants to, but I kind of want to use it in a place where there's a lot of people so I can get the sort of the most out of it. Can I just do an insight check on the things that she's told us? I just want to see if she's just in general, if I get the impression that she has lied to us or kept anything important from us.
Go ahead.
If she seems shifty in any way. I got 8.
She's not lying to you. She may not be telling you everything.
Yeah.
She's definitely not lying to you.
Fair.
But yeah, that's all you can gather from that.
Okay.
However, from Ren's hand poking thing, you see Zahia like gain an interest. I'm like, what happened to your hand?
It got a little dirty. She just kind of like starts to hide it a little bit.
She grabs it. like a scolding mother would, right? Like you've been caught.
She turns it into like a flower, like a general flower shape.
It's very rudimentary.
Yeah.
Looks like if a 5-year-old had a crayon.
It's a triangle. It's
what did you
it's cursed as she just looks at the rest of the group. But it's very handy.
No, I've seen it. She kind of she ignores the pun. And she's like holding it in her hands and she's just like, no, this is something completely different. This isn't a curse.
What is it? Besides a hand.
This is raw element.
What does that mean?
You've taken upon yourself an aspect.
Aspect of mud?
Is that good?
It's dangerous.
Good, dangerous.
Good, dangerous.
That's rare thing.
That depends. Have you been able to manifest it into anything useful?
And she makes a fork.
Interesting.
And she makes it into a hook.
She kind of looks over to Cyril, and he kind of gives like a sharp no.
Spoon.
You can see him shake his head, and she's like, very interesting, and she lets go of your hand.
If,
and then
She looks sad and puts her spoon down.
if you think that's interesting, you should look at that. And he points to Cardis, but he's really just pointing at Cardis because she's 7 feet tall and it's between her horns. No, up. All the way up.
Her name's Cardis, Vestian. Come on.
Not just Cardis, damn it. The eye.
Oh, the sandal cure.
Yeah, whatever.
Look up.
Strange.
Way up.
Hey. My eye is up here.
It's like... yeah, she digs into the ceiling.
We're waiting for the clouds to clear so we can see it.
Well, I think, she's probably far too tall for this room. So
She's like this.
Kind of hunched over in the room. So it's probably not that hard for her to kind of bend down so you can have a look at it.
Cyril kind of coughs for a second. You mentioned you wanted to help.
I did
Yes.
not. Yes.
Yes, is the right answer,
If you
Vestian.
want to help your brother, we need to figure out what's going on here, Vestian.
What he said.
Right.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong? He kind of looks at.
Yeah. Vestian looks back and forth to Ren and Salim. No, there's nothing wrong with him.
He's learning.
He's just presenting as a witch.
Let's see. We're.
And then he looks back and forth.
I don't suppose he's an egoist.
Oh, no, that's me. Actually, would I know that?
That's an actual thing you would know.
Okay.
Like, you would know that you're an egoist. That's just how your magic manifests.
No, I am. I don't know what he is.
You shouldn't sleep, for sure.
I shouldn't.
The egos were affected first.
Great.
The rest thought they were themselves safe, but it turned out not to be true after a while.
Yeah. Do you have like a healing bath?
No, but you do look quite wounded. You
Yeah.
might want to rest.
Rest, yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Barely getting by.
Yeah.
You guys can take a short rest, for sure, in this room.
Actually, so can I ask her, or what I know in the lore that you sent, it sounds like Zaya, even though she's Safar, still dreams? Or like, could do it somehow? Like, would Salim have any idea that even though he doesn't dream, that he wouldn't be affected by this? Or is that kind of up in the air right now?
It's not entirely, like, that's kind of a weird edge case that no one's really considered yet. So, you could risk it?
No, it's okay. I was just curious if... Okay.
I think Ren has like a little bit of blood coming out. She's not looking good. So I think she has like a little bit of blood coming out of her nose. She goes to scratch it and sees blood on the clay and just starts panicking. And there's blood and clay everywhere all over her face. You're muted, but it's real fun. I could hear that it's funny.
Just mashing it in like a child with Play-Doh. Just like,
Yeah, just the colors mix and you try to like separate them again.
Ren, stop eating it. Stop.
Yeah, so she's just trying to wipe it off, and she'll just sort of like wipe it off on her robes, and then I'm not feeling great. I know you said that it's somewhat safe here, but I think it's better if we tend to the wounded and figure this out.
So I kind of looks at all of you and just like, but tend to yourself first. And she will hand you guys some... You're not entirely sure if it's like food or medicine, but she hands you guys some like powders that you guys can use during your short rest.
It's some Pepto-Bismol, huh? All right.
Yeah. Basically, for every hit die you spend, you can heal an additional 2 points.
For every what? Sorry.
Hit die
Oh, okay.
you spend during the short rest here.
Remind me, Ethan. We brought Vestian's brother, and we brought the assistant, or I guess the new Keeper of the Sea, right?
No, you did not bring Helena.
I thought we brought her because she embedded a gem inside of her forehead.
No, she wouldn't have come.
Oh. Okay. Great. Yeah, so I think before...
Above everyone else, she is afraid of the sea.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. She's the most afraid. So I think before Vestian rests, he like walks over to Zahaya and says, "Listen, I am apparently going to help, but I do have questions. We did come here to seek information, and I think that this might be related. What Salim said earlier about a strange dream, it was all true. Do I know enough about like witch culture that I would be able to like? Do they have like the same like keepers and what's their faith? Is it similar to ours, or is it all like a mishmash because they're all different races?
It's instituted actually by the Western culture, the Western kingdoms. Like that's who runs the island.
Yep.
Oxyord. So it's actually much more Western in philosophy.
Okay. But I assume these educated folk are aware of what our fates are.
Yeah.
Okay.
They know what your speakers are.
Yeah. So he kind of explains to her. He says, a few weeks ago, the Keeper of the Sea, the land beneath her temple, crumbled, and she fell into the sea and died, or, well, we haven't found her. And then just now, the man we spoke of that we killed in the dream was the Keeper of Earth. And in the dream, his entire house was full of water. And then when we found him out of the dream, he had a blue gem just hovering, stuck in his forehead. Now the new Keeper of the Sea embedded it by choice, apparently, in her own forehead. So we're here for answers, and I think this dream might be related to what could be happening to your witches and seekers.
Yeah, she went like this too.
Yeah, I don't know how. It's related, but it's something. We went to the underneath. Right? It's underneath, right? I didn't make that up.
Underside.
Underside. We went to the underside, and we fought awful creatures. And then we fought what was some kind of dark shadow of the Keeper of Earth. And he issued forth an ominous threat to us that I can't for the life of me remember, because I have a low intelligence score.
Clearly it wasn't ominous enough.
And I woke them up.
True. We also dreamed that Salim existed there, which was strange to find out he didn't.
I want you to roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Let me see here. Persuasion. 16.
Okay. She believes you, and you can tell that she wants to say something. But Cyril is kind of like, does that sort of like no thing again.
Would I see that if I know that they're kind of like weird and secretive? Probably not.
They're set up in like, Cyril is Zaya's keeper. Like technically, like they have the same bond that you guys do.
Okay.
But you definitely notice, like it's small, but you notice that he goes,
if there's something that even you think is irrelevant that might be able to help, you should really tell us. We've come a long way. We got on a boat, which we were told was a bad idea by many. We've killed bears. I mean, he took a nap, but we killed bears.
It's not that it's not important.
Mm-hmm.
It's that we are literally fighting for our lives on a time clock here. Everyone's not going to be able to stay awake forever. We can't go trapezing off into the city while this is going on.
I mean, we can.
You take care of the wounded here. We can go.
We're pretty big deals. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
We're pretty big deals.
Yeah, I'll take it back. Yeah. She gives you a high five.
Play hands. Okay.
Little moist. Little clammy.
Double checking something.
Yeah.
Don't like that sound. Nope.
Listen, we came here to seek information. Now that we're here, we're going to help you. And if what you know could help us help you, and help us, and he motions towards Ren, you should tell us.
What?
Bastian thinks he's helping.
Ren wasn't listening.
He basically repeated what you said, and then
She was flicking clay at Salim's face.
He repeated what you said, but worse,
worse.
and more confusing.
Yeah, no,
The
she
point
just
where
didn't
Salim's
listen.
not sure if Vestian is asking Ren a question.
Ren goes, what? She heard her name. That's it.
exactly. That's the information we need.
Yeah. Where do we have to go? What do we have to do? Because we're ready.
Last I checked, the vault had been destroyed, but by the Twisted. But we had been keeping something there that we found in the mountain not too long ago. Isabel, at the mention of a mountain, you and Salim would actually know that about 2 years ago, the mountain on the Isle of Hoxiord was about to erupt, and they pulled something from the mountain that prevented that from happening. It was classified though, and they didn't actually tell anyone what that thing was.
I think at that, Ren looks at Salim and she's trying to be very like, I wonder what would be so secret that these two couldn't tell us from all those secret things that were kept secret.
Yes, secrets are no fun if all the keepers and witches are dead. What
Are
came
done. It would
from
have
the mountain? Sorry, done. I like that. No, that's good teamwork. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to-
Anyways, what else? What's in the vault?
I thought that was a spell.
So,
Is it a bear?
no,
Is it a spider?
I think
Sorry.
she kind of like looks at Cyril, who's trying to like know her again. She's like, no. And she turns back to you guys. Something very similar to what you have in your hand. We found an aspect. This one was earth. Or not earth. This one was fire. It had been buried in the mountain. If what you say is true about your speaker,
Yes, it is.
and there's these aspects, strangely enough, around, I think that might be enough to cause the rift that we have here.
Maybe we should
I'm
take
sorry.
it off your hands.
What?
Sorry, it's not a rift. It's more like a funnel.
Not helping. I need you to break that down a little bit.
Do you know why your feet stick firmly to the ground?
Yes. No.
Well, his are just dirty and muddy most of the time. But other than that, it's typically gravity.
And I'm heavy.
So, interesting fact about this world is it's not a sphere, and gravity isn't natural. Like it's not caused by mass and that sort of thing.
Is it a flat Earth like ours? A lot of people laughing, and I don't.
I'm gonna miss you.
It's actually more shaped like a discus.
He's a
Where it's
frisbee.
like
He's a frisbee earther. It's like a
kind of. And underneath the frisbee, kind of caught up. It like imagine if you have the frisbee, and you know how when you spin a frisbee, it's the air like bubble that causes it to keep floating.
Mhm.
Except that air bubble is actually the underside, which
You
is.
live in Biodome, but upside down.
Celine's
I'll-
Polly Shore.
I have a picture of it. I'll show you guys later. But basically, it's the fact that dreams cause you to be pulled down to Earth.
Okay.
Under sort of the same mechanics, but
So it's almost like a magnet.
kind of. So, and she continues on. If you have something made of incredibly strong dream energy, like an aspect, it might also cause that same sort of magnetic pull.
So her hand could guide us to the way through.
It would at least tell you where the aspect is.
Can I roll to do something really dumb?
Yeah.
Can I turn my hand into a dog so it can sniff out this aspect?
No.
Like just a shape, not like an actual dog.
You just want like the muzzle.
She's gonna puppet her hand like, where is he, boy? Where is he? The whole time.
You don't need to roll for that. You can do that.
She does that. You hear barking behind you guys.
That you have to roll for. Give me a deception. Or performance. You do a very, very good dog.
Where is he, boy?
Wow.
Salim fell out of a well. He's right here.
Wow. This is my life.
Yep.
Does she feel a pull in any general direction?
A little bit.
Ooh.
Now that you're opening yourself up to it.
Oh, I was going to ask if she could look at the eye, but...
Sniff at the eye?
Mm-hmm.
Or who wants to look at the eye?
I wanted Zahia to look at the eye.
She mentioned, it's like, oh yeah, it's the sandal cure. And then just kind of dismissed it.
Okay.
Everyone keeps saying that. I don't know what it is.
You know the name of it.
Yeah, no, I know the name of it. Everyone knows the name of it, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently, but what does it do?
Sandals.
I'm not really sure. I don't even know why I know that. That's weird.
Well, I can see through it. I see things about people. I learn things about them. But it is uncomfortable.
Can you look at... And she points at the person on the table.
Mm-hmm. I can.
Do you?
Yes, I will. We'll see what happens. And I will look at the person at the table, but I want to look at, I'm, going to take the opportunity, obviously, to
look at everyone. So I'm going to give you the results, but I also need to roll me a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so person on the table is greed.
Okay.
Cyril is pride. Zahia is actually gluttony. And Isabel is wrath.
Who is Isabel again?
The girl that saved our lives.
She didn't save your life, but she helped.
She's a troublemaker.
She for sure did. We were super dead.
All right. I see them when I look through this. I see like a glow around a person. Like when the sun is coming up and someone stand in front and you see the sun behind and they glow a little bit. That's what it sort of look like. And it's different colors almost. And they tell me something about them, their most intense negative passion. The feeling that they have that will ruin them if they give in.
That is very strange. I've never heard of anything like that.
I feel like she keeps like looking behind, which is really hard because she's kind of like crammed in this room, right? And she keeps trying to like look over her shoulder, but she kind of can't because she's scraping on the ceiling.
It's actually very high. Like it doesn't have. It's
You're
high peak ceilings.
Okay, good.
And they don't have like roof or not. They're very high peaked roofs. They don't have very big ceilings, right?
Okay.
Like it's all open air.
Oh, good. She can actually stand up in here. And, she keeps I had this weird feeling like someone watching me. But at any rate, this person here, they want everything. They want all the time. Want. Maybe money.
You see Cyril like smirk a little bit and nod.
I don't know if you know this person, but what I am wondering and why I use this and look through that
he manages our accounts.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. But I'm wondering if the dream is taking these thoughts, making them, using them to get in. This is, of course, you see a person who is good with money, cares for money, cares for making sure everything is fair. To them, to be greedy is the worst thing they could be. And so maybe I wonder if this is a thing they play on. It's why they can turn people.
Zahia kind of like plays with their horn a little bit. I'll look into that. But if you can get rid of this aspect, if you can find it, maybe we can figure out if that is in fact what's causing all this.
Maybe Salim could shove it into his face if it's a thing.
I do recommend shoving this into my face.
What?
I mean, shoving things into your face typically is bad.
And
So
that's
bring it
why
here
we're here
first.
to begin with.
And then shove it in. Self-control.
There's worse places.
So what I'm hearing is, Zaya, you agree that our speaker taking that gem and shoving it in her head was bad.
Yes.
It's very bad to do anything uneducated.
Perfect. I agree. We see eye to eye.
We all go find it, and then we'll come back. Just don't go to sleep and walk around. Just don't die. We'll be back.
We'll
Just don't die. Don't go to sleep.
we'll
Don't shove in head.
keep
Die.
trying at what we're
Don't
doing.
shove anything anywhere.
As you guys sort of leave the laboratory here, you notice that Isabel kind of follows you guys out. And she's like, "Hey guys."
Why are you whispering?
Well, okay. So
What a quick turn.
See, that's how
Ruin the
things
mood.
should go.
It's a witch thing. Just whisper.
I don't want to. I'm not a witch.
I know you guys are off onto a crazy good mission for saving mankind or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want? I need something out of a closet. Do you mind helping me?
Is there a
What do
reason
you
you
mean?
can't get it yourself?
I am.
Oh,
physically unable to destroy property on the premises.
I will help you.
Did they? Oh, they didn't.
Did they what?
Nothing.
You see, sometimes Ren wants things, and sometimes Salim says no. And I see her, and I don't see a... whatever her other part is.
She, like, reveals her sleeve, and she's actually got, like, a big old brand on her wrist. And, Salim, you would know that this actually physically makes her unable to destroy property.
Her keeper did that?
No. The Master Keeper did that.
Okay, but if something's been put away and you can't get it, Salim, am I out of my mind here?
There's something in there that will probably help you. Also, it smells bad, and I think something died in there.
Where is this closet, and also what died?
I don't know. I can't.
And what do you need?
I will go. I'm sure I can help you.
She leads you through some halls. Like, you guys go into another building and some hallways, and there's a door here, and yeah, you can definitely smell like something's rotting.
Ren's going to go, well, I think the most capable of all of us should obviously go first. Cardis?
Cardis?
She's the biggest, so we just start to open the door and like, ma'am?
Do you want to try to break in?
Is the door locked?
Super locked.
Okay.
Sure is locked.
Do any of us have any?
You guys do not have thieves' tools.
No, I'm just looking in my. No, I have a horn. I don't really. I mean, if I had like stringed instruments, I could make a case for that. I'm just looking in my pack and everything.
Can I turn my hand into a key?
You tried that already, remember?
Yeah, you can't get it like detailed enough for it to work.
And it bends your key.
Yeah.
Just looking at everything on my sheet, I'm just trying to think of something I could do that isn't smash.
I mean, she looks real stoked about, Cardis, this giant titan about to smash a door.
All right, I think she'll basically kind of just try the door and maybe try to just overturn the lock, just force it.
Give me a strength check.
Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it.
You go for it, and you snap off the handle. But you should if you tinker with it a little bit, you might actually be able to open the door now that you can get on the inside.
At first she's like, oh no, because she does this a lot, and
Hey man,
is used to having to apologize all the time. So she's like, oh no. Yep. And then she's like, wait. And then she goes back to trying to get the rest of the door open.
Yeah, you can open it up. And as the door swings open, you see a man lying hunched over with a rapier pierced through his chest, and it's holding him up. It's like propping him up. Stagnate blood fills the cobble cracks, wiping away the chalk circle surrounding him and soaking into a collection of books and scrolls. Isabel does like audibly gasp, like, oh.
Oh, wow, you were right.
Do you know this man? Is he dressed like a witch or like a keeper? Does he have any identifying signs on him?
If you take a closer look, you will know him as Thomas.
Good old Thomas.
Oh, Thomas, you're such an idiot.
He made great muffins. What?
Is there anything? Is there like so he's been run through with a spear?
A sword, a rapier.
Oh, a rapier. Okay. Is there anything on the rapier that would indicate? Is it just sort of a bog standard rapier? Does it have a special symbol?
It's very well made. Let me look up the thing.
Sorry, what was his name again?
Thomas. This ornate rapier is inlaid with silver around the handle and blade.
Ooh. I like it.
Did you say you needed something in this closet?
Oh yeah. She runs over. You say that, and she's already at a shelf, and she goes, "Yeah, totally needed something from this room." Oh, okay, I'm awake again. Woo! Just feeling the drift there.
Would you like to explain what just happened?
I'm taking drugs to stay awake.
Okay.
Can we share them with the rest of the class?
One from a distance.
Most of them don't like the side effects.
Which are, as defined
I'm going to stop looking at you because you're covered in spiders.
Okay, side effect 1. Celine gets covered in spiders.
I've yes, I have done. Been
Anyway, you guys can take whatever you want from this room. Go for it. There's lots of good reagents that you'll probably need. Whatever. You can probably take the sword. It's.
Oh.
If Thomas did what I think he did, then he would want you to have it.
Wait, what do we need in here? Why would we need reagents?
Okay, I'm coming right now.
What do you think we're building?
Dude.
Why I mean, Ren knows reagents are good. Good things to have. Just spell stuff. Spell stuff.
spell stuff.
But
Yeah.
you are not concerned that we have found a dead man? here?
I've found too many friends dead this week.
I am sorry.
All right.
I
Okay.
get the
I'm kind of
impression-
give her I give her a little pat on the
most of those
shoulder.
quests keep you in the neighborhood.
I get the impression this was self-inflicted.
I think at that moment you kind of find a note.
Yes, that's usually what happens.
Uh,
And he has no interest in reading it. Bastian has no interest in reading it. He assumes what happened, and that's good enough for him.
I will, yeah, for sure.
Okay. The idea is that he thought he was going to fall asleep, and he decided to circumvent that.
Is there anything that I could take of these reagents that I could put on the body so nothing eats the body, just respectfully, so to keep things away from it?
I mean, the better thing to do would be to light it on fire.
That's what she's gonna do then.
Okay.
I'm going to take the rapier,
Okay.
and I'm going to see if there's anything else on his person that would be if he left behind an amulet, a watch, anything looks like should be passed on to family members.
Okay.
And I'll just take anything like that off.
Just when you take hold of the sword, it hums.
In a pleasant way? Harmonious or off?
Yeah. There's like a good hum to it.
I will enjoy that.
Can I perform final rites?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I do.
All right.
And I roll a d4. /d4. 4, the opposite number I needed.
The ritual doesn't happen.
Oh. Now, just so I'm knowledgeable, is that because I rolled a 4, or is that because of super hell magic?
No. I'm gonna say, go and give me a religion check real quick.
Sure, I'm bad at those. How does the alphabet work? 6.
No, that's super weird.
Yeah, so he bends down, pulls out this necklace, and begins to perform rites that you have all seen performed before. And he sort of stands up a little slower than normal and sort of turns to you and says, "Something is amiss."
We knew that.
No, more so than we previously thought. Usually, when I perform this, I feel something, and the person's soul is sort of gathered and sent to the underside. I felt no such thing.
But didn't they say that, like, when you're sleeping, you wander, and then something
but
else takes
that's-
it?
that's
So,
what
like,
this
maybe the
ritual
soul's
does.
gone from
With
the
it-
body, and
No, I understand. The ritual calls it back and
maybe
contains
it's
it.
too far because it's been a while.
Or it's been destroyed.
Salim will Eldritch Sight and just cast Detect Magic, essentially, to see like what else is going on around here.
Oh, that sword is super magic right now.
The humming sword that's full of magic is magic.
It's actually full of souls. It's full of souls.
Is there anything else around or anything like about that?
I mentioned that magic in this setting is not permanent. You can't actually bind it to a weapon or an object by itself. You actually have to have something constantly cast the spells that would enchant it, which usually involves a human soul.
The note we found here, the note that was cast aside, says, "To the one who found me, take me into your hands and have some adventure, couldn't you? Is it possible that Thomas's soul now resides in that sword?"
She kind of looks at the sword. Thomas?
Yeah, there's this other creature, and I saw
You hear in your head, "Hi!"
it hasn't dematerialized.
Is that you?
That he disappeared.
Yeah, yep, definitely me.
No, I didn't.
You guys can't hear it, by the way. Only Cardis can hear.
Did we
the-
hear her, though?
Yeah. She's-
Ren's mouth's just open. She's like,
Are you alright with
Yeah, I'm fine, I guess.
being used as a sword?
I mean, I wouldn't appreciate it. You're very large and could probably do it, but still.
Thomas the Witch Sword. Okay.
Should I not use you?
Oh no, totally do that. I want to be useful.
Oh, alright. Then, I will. I will try to honor your memory. And I'll just kind of, clean the sword up and
Just as some backstory, this is something that Thomas wanted to do his entire life, except he was going to wait till the end of his life,
Well, nailed it.
because for obvious reasons, and this was probably it.
This isn't even the strangest thing that's happened today.
Ren's gathering a little bit of each thing that she finds in the room if she can.
Yep. You can take 50 gold worth of reagents.
Okay.
So
She's going to
it's
give
awesome.
them to the people making potions because they can't leave to get more supplies.
This isn't like potion making stuff. This is like casting spells making stuff.
Okay.
If you have a spell with, or if you have a spell with spell components that cost money, this would be them. So like
Okay.
if you needed to cast like Revivify, I'm pretty sure you need money for that. And
Yeah, so
I think.
500 gold,
Okay.
500 gold diamond.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
While
Okay,
Ren's doing this, Vestian kind of like sidles up to Salim and sort of like attempts to put an arm around him as if to like talk to him. Salim, I have a question. I would like to keep relatively quiet.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know how things work in Haxayord, but is there like a how do you, when you're depleted from spell casting, how do you regain your strength? Is there a
That's what-
potion?
Isabel kind of like leans over your guys' shoulder, like she pops herself right in between the two of you, just like, I have something.
You
Is
are
it
just
drugs?
right there Okay, that was a private conversation between two gentlemen. But okay, what do you have?
You should take this. She pulls out a small, like, vial.
Will I see spiders on Salim?
Depends.
On?
Do you hate spiders?
I mean, they're a minor inconvenience.
Then you probably won't see spiders.
Okay. Will I see the things that I hate?
Usually.
Okay. Salim, to my question earlier.
Typically, I mean, is there any other special thing in Hoxie Yord besides the typical like napping and resting?
It's sleeping. Sleeping's typically the thing you do.
Resting in Hoxie Yord is just like any other place. We need rest. We need to physically recover from things. We can't do that now. I don't know. There's no secret special cure besides, I mean, the illegal illicit drugs.
I assumed in the most magical place I've ever heard of, you might have had something else, but...
You know
okay,
what
I
might
understand.
help?
Oh, you're hearing it too. Great.
Yeah,
Your
you're
voice is
the
booming.
worst whisperer
I
ever.
mean that as a compliment. It's very suitable for a person in your position. I do like it. Stealth, not so much. But
He's trying
power.
his hardest.
What if you ate, if you filled up a little bit because you're hungry? It might help if you eat the mushrooms that Salim has. They have some type of alchemical properties that might be helpful.
No, that's never worked before. It's sleep.
Can I try to persuade him?
Only if Mike agrees.
You can totally try to persuade me, yeah. Yeah.
Do you think 16's enough?
Yeah.
Why don't you counter and see if you can?
No, I'm not going to counter yours. If you're persuasive, then you're persuasive. The difference is, while not an herbalist, he is trained in survival and edible things. So he knows something about these mushrooms. So I think he will like, you know what? On second thought, I'm trying to be more understanding to your.
I do have the
ways.
mushrooms. Salim still thinks they're fine, so if you want, we can all share these together. I was feeling a bit famished myself, so.
Yes, we should all partake. One for each of us.
Excellent.
And he like holds his hand out for it. And can I give you a survival at disadvantage so I know that they're at least edible?
Sure.
All right. I'll take disadvantage because it's a quick glance. I'm not like 18.
They're definitely edible.
Okay. All right.
What's that Terry Pratchett quote? All mushrooms are edible. Some mushrooms are only edible once.
It's true.
Salim holds one up to kind of cheers with it and is ready to eat it as well.
Everyone else. So one for each of us.
Yeah, Ren.
All right.
Ren puts it in her hand like this, and then has the mud swallow it into her hand, and then
She's like that kid hiding her peas in the potted plant next to the.
So,
All right. Well,
I have a question for the
what's
crew.
up?
Do we want to do a slight time skip?
Wait,
when
so
we're,
we
when
are
we're
eating
coming
mushroom.
out of the drugs?
Just
When you're
making
coming
sure.
out of the mushroom.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
because not all of you partook, so some of you would know what would have happened, but
oh my god,
How long have you had that ready to go?
Episode 1.
since the last time you took mushrooms.
The
Clearly.
second I heard they were like
Last Thursday.
oh, that's awesome.
I love magic.
I'm just
maybe
going
Ren
through
is
the
my
time skip.
keeper and I'm the real witch. Man. I love you, Vestian. I don't say it enough. I love you.
Me too, man. I love me
Ren-
too.
Ren's sober, just fucking with them, like, oh my god, you have horns too now.
And then some things happen.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say, as part of this adventure, you guys, because you guys were, I'm gonna say Vestian and Salim end up like running. They have to like go chase something. They're like, oh, we should go this way, and they start running that way. I'm actually gonna do the full time skip.
Okay.
We return to the scene where Ren and Cardis are like trying to catch up to Vestian and Salim. And Busy and Salim are like, you guys are you're in a library, like halfway through like a song and dance number.
Perfect.
As the drugs just drop, like the psychedelics drop. Like it's an instant, it's there's no easing out of it. It's like,
When I was a Norman boy.
When he was a Norman, but
What's happening?
um,
Why are you serenading me in a library?
and we're gonna do
fix everything.
a scene change.
Well, Cardis ate them
Perfect.
too.
Oh, Cardis ate him too. So Cardis, you're doing the same thing.
I think she'd be standing in the background, like with
She's a tree.
It's part of the set dressing.
Yeah.
Shh. I'm a tree.
I can feel my hair growing.
And she would have like written several songs as well.
Guys, feel
What?
these. Feel these.
Guys,
Dude.
She's trying to reel us back in. Sorry.
Nah, he's scene changing. It's totally fine.
The large stone library stands upon a hill overlooking Hoxior, like a monolith to learning. Two large oak doors are slightly ajar, and within you can hear the sounds of creatures rummaging. You guys have already cracked the doors open. The rugs and tapestries are in tatters. Books and pages lie scattered around the painted stone floors. The bookshelves that line the walls fall apart in active destruction as twisted, shake, and thrust their contents. Backlit by a large window, an old, grizzled man stands behind a desk reading a book. On your entrance, he looks puzzled, which is written and is very, this is the first time this has been like properly true. Looks puzzled, but uninterested in your arrival. Begone. This is no place for brutes.
I'm sorry. What? Where are we?
Yeah, we can go. I'm not sure how we get. No, certainly we're here for a reason, right? Ren?
Ren, this is actually exactly where your sniffer took you.
Thank you for calling it that. That's all I wanted. You see her just sitting in the audience. She stops clapping and her hand turns back into a dog. She goes, you hear like growling and she's like, yeah, it's here somewhere. By the way, those mushrooms, totally not supposed to be eaten.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were edible.
You guys had a great time though.
Can you just stay like this for the rest of the stream? The dog.
I have been. My hand's been down here. It's kind of hurting. It's just sitting here for a while.
Do this the whole time.
He just pops up every once in a while.
I spoke with the maiden. I heard the music of the stars.
I think Salim was singing it.
Yeah, I've eaten them before.
In
And
college.
I just laid in a wheelbarrow, face down, and I was screaming, and no one would help me. But that's how I knew that they were. You could eat them, and you'd be fine. But anyway, it's definitely here somewhere. He's picked up the scent.
I'm sorry, sir. We have to be her. Her hand dog smells magic.
Yeah.
There is an aspect nearby, and we seek it.
We're all fools, aren't you?
We were sent here by people who have. Yes.
Zero.
Yes.
On their orders, we are here.
You speak of this, and he you can see like he pulls out of his pocket and it kind of like moves it out. It looks sort of like he's moving the sparkler part of a sparkler firework. Like he's not holding it, but it's kind of floats in his fingers. This, you need not concern yourself with such things.
Who are you to keep it from us?
Who are you at all? Actually,
Good question.
I have no idea where we are.
It's a library. There's books.
No, I got
I
that part.
assume they have struck my name from the records. as they deserve. I'm Hrodolf.
You say that like we should know what that is.
Well, it was struck from the records, so.
Do you
we
want to roll a
don't.
history check? This would apply to Vestian only.
Fuck, sure. Let's see what happens. No. So he continues. You say that like we should know what that means, and I don't think anyone does.
You're probably right. It won't matter anyway.
I still ask. Not my culture, not my. I asked a question. Who are you? Usually, the polite response is to answer the damn question. Yeah, but why do we? Who are you? You said it like
Please
it meant
extend
something.
your introduction. Please do it like an elevator pitch.
He kind of like looks forward and just like. You're his son. The old fool. I can smell you on him.
Doric's son? Yes,
Yes.
Doric is my father. Still not?
Go home. Run to Dad.
Well, I can't. Because this land is a nightmare. And so is the land I came from. It's very nightmare-y. We're here to
He kind of smiles, and you can
nightmare.
he smiles, and he's missing a couple teeth, but
Yuck.
nothing weird happens. And it sounds like a fight.
What do you want with that?
Exactly what it's doing. Alrighty.
You're angry because they erased you from the history books and now you're destroying everything and turning them into mindless things while they're sleeping?
Oh no, that was entirely a side effect.
Oh.
Wait, are you insinuating that we should fight you?
I'm insinuating that you should leave and live the last days of your life in peace.
You're like old.
You are a old.
Fuck you, Bird.
What's funny is his name is literally Hrodolf the Ancient.
Oh, man. That was good.
He is old.
He is one old.
He's exactly
What if-
one old.
What if my very nice, normally, but not nice when people are mean to us, friend doesn't help us murder you? Be scary. And then she pulls up the dog again and starts growling and looks to Cardis to like back her up.
As soon as you pull up the clay hand, he smiles and is like, you brought me a gift.
Oh no.
Yeah, a few stabs.
I've been looking for that. And he's going to crush the spark in his hand. And he
Cardis
ignites.
is growling.
He just ignites. We're going to roll initiative.
Two growling sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one is like an 8-foot tall tiefling, and the other one is you going.
No, it's me holding my arm as high as I can, like growling next to like her chin.
As he crushes this thing, Vestian just leans over to Salim and says, "Hey, remember that thing I told you before?" And then he
Yes, high kick, high kick, high kick.
pulls out his weapon.
I remember the dance.
Perfect. Kickball change, kickball change.
We
Right
haven't
behind
had
left,
a
right
rest.
behind right. Jazz hands, jazz hands, jazz hands.
I'm going to read this because I just realized it's really terrifying. Rudolph takes this small cluster of floating embers in his hand, squeezing them tightly. He screams in pain as fire engulfs him and the scattering pages around him. Through the pain, he laughs maniacally. The twisted throughout the room twitch and spark, their own forms clustering together and twisting into a strange congealed shape, set aflame by some unknown energy. What you're seeing, those are literally just like melted bodies together. Right here.
Ren,
Bad news.
Ren.
Yeah.
Why did your element only give you a gooey hand?
Because I haven't figured out how to use it yet.
Okay, that guy figured out how to use it before using it.
I mean, I think, but he's like ancient and wise, and like I I failed a lot of my classes while we were here. So I went on a lot of day trips to the docks.
She missed the lecture on raising piles of body into elemental magics to do your bidding.
Okay, we're not whispering anymore. Yeah.
Bestian.
Can I try to make something scary with my weird hand?
No, you can roll me initiative though.
I think I did.
It's like a puppy. You just make the teeth bigger.
Did Vestian and Carlos roll?
I didn't roll. I'll roll right now.
Bad.
Bad. Stay behind me. I got this. Oh, he is a gross.
Right.
He is a just congealed mass of grossness. Dope.
No, he is just melting. Then there's also a congealed mass.
Okay.
There's two enemies here.
Oh, there is two enemies. Look at that.
Yep.
Yep.
There's also the melting man above.
Yep. Didn't scroll up high enough. Thanks. Wish I did.
Yeah.
Can I take it back?
If you look real close, you can see his beard still.
What's wrong with you, Ethan?
It's so much fun.
Guys, what do you think is wrong with Ethan?
It's called logical nightmares. You just ask yourself what would make this worse.
Add Ethan to it.
The answer is trying to recreate the little like melting of a candle on a human being's torso. Yeah, so you guys get to go first. Cardis.
Thomas, I think you are ready. I hope you are ready to help.
Oh yeah, this looks like bad news, but if you can solve this, you might be able to save everyone else.
I need to add those.
Please
so I
only
guess
ever give Thomas the most uplifting voice in the world.
Huh?
As in, please only ever give Thomas the most positive and uplifting voice. Oh, that's a bad news. Let's get him.
Okay, so his
I see you guys are in quite a pickle. Whoa.
Thomas' characteristics are curious, innocent, and intelligent.
Like, can you make him Casey Kasem's Batman? I mean, Robin, please, just like the whole time, or like 1969 Batman. Like,
yes.
You're in a real pickle.
Holy flying fish, Batman!
Burning bodies, Bardman.
Oh my god. Oh man, that was good.
Poor man. I can't.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
Well, there's a pile of flaming bodies. we take those out.
Sure.
Oh god.
Okay. So, Thomas, the Witch Sword gives me access to a particular thing,
Which is?
a cantrip.
Ooh.
Which is in range.
Nice, nice.
So she will point that out, and ooh,
That's a hit.
nice.
Wow.
Ooh, 8.
Thomas showing some work.
Mm-hmm. And did we get? No, I get my bardic inspirations back on a long rest. Is that
Correct.
true? Okay, so I only have 1 left. So I am gonna hold on to that for now.
All right.
I will
Any movement?
move to here. Yes, and so I have my sword and my shield.
Cool. Salim. This mass is starting to crawl towards you guys.
Oh shit. Is it leaving like a trail of fire in its path, or like?
No. Like the pages around it are starting to burn,
Okay.
but there's not like a lava trail behind it.
Okay. Gosh, I think Salim's just gonna be like, we don't know what these things are capable of. They might be able to launch something at us and down us all in one fell swoop, spread out. So he's going to run over here and just kind of keep the group spread apart to hopefully prevent from any massive like area spells hitting. And he's going to launch an Eldritch Blast at this thing.
Cool.
Let's see what happens. Hopefully something good. 18.
That's a hit.
Boom. Raises that left hand, fires for 13 damage as it smashes into mass 1.
Yeah. Already not looking good.
Yay, team.
Ren.
How high is this thing that's on the floor, this table?
Not very high.
Okay.
It's like a normal table. And
Could she tip it over? Do that tip over thing?
You can tip it over, yeah.
She's going to try to get here and cast Witch Bolt.
Okay.
But also she's going to, before she does that, can I just yell to the, what is her name? I'm sorry. Isabel. And just like, aim for the eyes, any of them. And then just heads in. And she's going to cast Witch Bolt.
I believe that's a hit.
Okay. Yay.
5. Yeah.
She shoots it out of her dog hand.
Rudolph is still like madly chuckling, and you can see him start doing like weird hand incantations. Like, because he's actually not like like you guys haven't seen any like academists, but he's definitely an academist, and he's like pulling lines and stuff. And you see in the center of you an orb pop into existence and then flash out. He casts Fireball, but as a reaction, because this is how this goes, Isabel is going to create shards of ice in between you guys, giving you guys cover for this saving throw. So everyone needs to make me dexterity saving throws, but you have advantage.
You're muted for how loud you just yelled.
10.
The other nice thing about having full cover against a area spell is that on a fail, you still only take half damage.
Cool.
Which is the whole point.
Which is only 72 damage. Halved.
Yeah, right.
Really.
I rolled really low.
Advantage.
So, Celine takes no damage. You managed to duck behind this ice shield.
Combat roll.
Yeah, combat roll behind it. She actually made it a little too far. Like, it looked a little too far away from you. Like, she missed it, but you combat rolled right into it. Everyone else, you're going to take 12 damage from the fireball.
Didn't you say I got advantage?
I think that's what you're supposed to do, yeah.
Or cover?
Advantage.
Does cover give you advantage, or does this make it half?
I already
Cover.
told you.
I don't know.
Cover adds to your AC. I don't know how it goes on a save.
Combat cover. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it gives you +2 bonus to AC and dexterity saving throws. But it does do that thing I mentioned earlier where you guys.
Okay, so it's a +2 to my dex save.
Yeah, which is a failure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. So you guys all take 12 except for Saleem, who succeeds and takes dud. And then you see Isabel kind of like pass out outside. That's her thing for this combat. Hooray! Vestian.
Man.
No one wants to run up to the mass.
Vestian actually does.
Okay.
Because he's not bright. 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, he's going to stop there. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And he is going to pull out that necklace that he has been using to cast rites on people. And he pulls it up and over his neck and shines it in front of him. And it has like this little glowy color. and he says, "Foul creature, back before the lady." And I'm casting Turn Undead.
Okay.
Get wrecked.
It's not undead.
Well, shit, it's a pile of corpses.
It's not corpses. They're still alive.
Well, fuck. Well, that's his turn.
It's a large humanoid creature.
Okay, it definitely looked like corpses. So he does that, and it does nothing. And that's his entire turn.
I'm actually going to give this to you. What I'm saying is take your action back.
Okay.
Undead aren't a thing in this setting.
Well,
So we need to talk about changing that ability a little bit.
Turn
So
nightmares.
If you want to use your other thing,
Yeah, let me double
Your
check
other
to see
channel?
what that does. No, because no one's in melee range, so it would be useless. It'd be useless.
okay.
Yeah. Cool. So
Lazy
then in
beat?
that case, I guess he just runs all the way up there and he's gonna punch a pile of corpses.
Cool.
Or not corpses. Yeah, so he's gonna move the rest of his distance and not say he says that and nothing happens. And then he runs up there and he's gonna smash this thing with a battle axe.
Yep.
23.
That's a hit.
Ka-chow! 10 slashing damage.
Yep. That definitely hurts. Yeah. It's almost dead.
Perfect.
Which is good because it's going to take its turn now. Which is bad. I don't think it's going to last too much longer. And that doesn't include enough people. So it's going to try to overwhelm you. And miss. Yeah, so basically it just tries to crawl over the top of you.
Gross.
Like it's trying to incorporate you into the flaming bodies.
Okay, that makes sense.
And you manage to like keep it back, but just barely. It's still considered in your space.
Fair.
But I think that's it for me. Curtis.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little. I took 12 damage.
That's not that much. He's a level 3. You can.
I have 8 hit points left, so I'm not real keen on this whole getting in close kind of right now. But at the same time, doesn't seem to really matter. It seems to be able to get me no matter what. Sorry, now I have to check this rapier again. So if I attack with the rapier,
It's just a normal rapier.
regular, normal rapier. Okay, perfect.
Unless you cast magic weapon on it,
Right.
which
I can do
but it's an action.
a day. So, yeah. Why not? I will
There's 2 vendors.
do the magic weapon
so I've
and attack.
collecting and selling stuff to
I
both.
think.
Both of them, both 700 caps right now.
What action is magic weapon?
Is it? Oh,
Oh, it's a bonus action. You're good.
okay.
Cool. That's a hit. So you moved up to it and slashed it.
Yeah, I'm just about to move myself. Sorry, my roll 20 was being slow here. Yeah, so I moved up to it. And then, yeah, I will slash at it. For 9.
All right. You end up killing it. I'm gonna. So between you and Vesting has it kind of like distracted because it's trying to like pile over his shield on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that there's like almost like a core to this thing, and you manage to strike right at that. And once you hit it, it was like the knot of a rat king, and all the bodies just kind of like fall apart. They just
Yeah.
scatter around all over the place.
And are they dead?
Yes.
Okay.
That you can see them bleeding like this weird, like it's normal blood, but it's mixed in with some other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Purple, green, black.
Unpleasantness.
Yeah.
All right. And is the other person is still there?
Herodov is still there, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I would have to agree.
So I still have some movement, I believe. Do I?
You should, yeah. You move 15, so you can move another 15.
Yeah. So I'll just do that. I'll just.
Okay. So you slash at this thing and just keep walking?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Sure is.
what's more intimidating to your enemy? She's just doing the Terminator thing, just, I'm coming for you. That is my turn.
All right, Salim.
All right, Salim will keep moving up as well. I was initially gonna run and heal Cardis, but he's a little scared of being out in the open. He's not as bold as she is yet. So I think what he's gonna do is just stay up
Dumb.
there. Huh?
She's dumb, not bold.
Why not both? He is going to run up and hopefully, I don't know if these actually are like a staircase kind of thing, but just get
It is.
near that and kind of duck down a little bit. Even if it doesn't count for cover, he's going to duck down behind it and fire another Eldritch Blast at a flame Rodolph
All right.
and try to get something done for an
It's a hit.
18 again. Damn.
You guys are rolling good this fight.
5 points of damage just fired into him. And that's all Salim has this round.
All right. Ren.
Ren is going to push up to about here. Sorry. Just to be a little closer to the rest of the group. And she's going to cast pew pew, Chill Touch.
That's a hit. For 6.
Ooh, girl.
All right.
You're barking. That's it.
Does the
Where
chill
the-
touch come out of the hand?
Where the chill touch rests, you can see the fires are not flicking.
It doesn't like ice.
I think chill touch actually does like necrotic damage, doesn't it?
It does.
Damn it.
Oh wait, it does, which means it doesn't do any damage.
Damn it.
It's still there.
It's not effective.
The best part is your hand's a dog, so you open your hand and a hand comes out.
Oh, man.
Perfect.
All right. Rodolph is gonna stand where he's at, and he's gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Good.
I'm gonna do 1, 1, 1. I don't think I have these built into a macro because they don't do that. So it looks like I hit Cardis and Ren.
Goodbye, Salim.
Which I'm just double checking. Okay. It's not that much damage. You guys are fine.
God, can't you just throw me a bone?
Oh, Cardis is down. Ren is down.
Yep.
Did I get those just right?
I know you nailed
Practically.
Cardis's.
Okay, yep.
Yep.
So,
I had 8 hit points.
You hear that shitty pun before she just falls to the ground?
Do you use... I guess you've already used your thing.
Yeah.
Is that a daily or is that a...
Let's find out. After the long rest shit.
Okay. Yep, you're down then. Good old Scorching Ray. One of my faves.
Never mind. Okay, sorry. I was checking something.
And he taunts you, but you can't hear him over his face melting.
Gross.
Christian.
I don't like that. So, yeah,
Hard to taunt when your lips are gone.
that's going to be a yuck for me, dog. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20.
You asked for this.
I'm sorry. How do we get up there?
There's little staircases.
Okay, I thought those were desks. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no. These are both staircases. Or this section is only like 3 feet higher than the floor you're on, so you can just hop up it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. These are all drawn to scale, right? So I can use the actual map tool. Snap to center.
Yeah.
Boop 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 boop. Shit. Okay, cool. Yeah. So he looks to Salim and says, "Just keep hitting it." And looks back to Ren and says, "Get up!" And casts Stand the Fallen. You regain 1 hit point. And then he runs up here and jumps on top of the thing.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
Cool. Cardis.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I lied. That's not his turn. He also... Hold on. Can I do this on myself? Yes. Perfect. He also, as he leaps, he's still holding that necklace, and he pulls it back down over himself, and I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Nice. All right.
And that is my last spell.
Cardis isn't dead. Hooray! Salim.
All right, Salim is running. He will spend some movement to get over to Cardis. Hands down. Come on, Cardis. Come on now. And we'll do Cure Wounds 2nd level on her to get her back up. For 7. Wow. Okay. That'll do it.
Good heal.
Okay. And then, okay, you're back up. You're good. Great. I'm going back to my corner. And we'll rush behind you. And that's all I got.
Ren is going to push up even further to pew 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 to there, and just yell something about all bark and no bite, and then she's going to cast. I don't
something bark and bite something
barking. I don't know. Sorry. Boop.
That's a hit.
Boop. But speed is also reduced by 10.
Ooh.
That's cold damage.
Nice.
Yeah. Rodolph is not liking that. He's not liking all what's going on right now. And in response to not liking what's going on right now,
He explodes.
No.
He gives up.
He's a
I'm gonna
Pokemon.
how much? Yeah, it's not nearly enough movement. I'm gonna use Flaming Twirl. So he's gonna start spinning, and he's gonna claw you once.
Sure.
And miss. But he's here now.
Yeah, I have a 21 now.
Yeah.
Does that incur an attack of opportunity?
It does not.
Well, fuck.
Good old made up moves. And then he's gonna Misty Step. To here.
Well, shit. Guys.
And now you realize why I made this map's 2 levels.
I see.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ethan.
So he kind of implodes into a poof of smoke, and then he reappears as sparks out, and then fully emerges out of the sparks.
Nice.
Bastian.
I have to do math now. Thanks, Ethan.
Yay.
25.
Mhm.
30. Well, shit. Okay, cool. So he, again, runs up here. It's full, plate mail. Please hit him with anything. He runs across the battlefield.
Any actions?
No, that's it. I have no more. I'm all out of spells. If I have 1 spell, my action is to run.
Do you not have I mean, you could dash if you wanted to.
You can dash and get up in his biz.
That's true. I can dash if I want to. I can leave my
thought you
friends
also
behind.
You can leave your friends behind.
Yeah.
Don't you also have
Now.
Sacred Flame?
Now.
Okay.
Now, guidance, mending, and spare the dying.
Got it.
He's a survivalist.
Fair enough. Curtis.
Right. I don't like this guy.
Right.
I don't like what he's done to Ren. I'm rather put out.
He's a sassy bitch.
25. Okay.
There you are.
So I will run upstairs to here so that we're on the same level. I can get a good shot. And then I will miss.
All right. Whether how you cast that, because of how it works, is basically you like point the sword at somebody and Frost like spins around it and fires out.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
What you using?
Maybe she's a little too distracted by the pretty swirly bits of frost and, isn't aiming it very well. So it goes a little off. I don't imagine a 10 hits.
No.
All right. That's my turn.
Salim.
Just gonna call out that Vesti and I twirled much better than that. And run up the steps a little bit, and another Eldritch Blast. I want to keep some distance. I want to just be up enough that I can kind of see him and still be in range of Ren in case she goes down here soon. So Eldritch Blast. 7. Damn it.
Hey, you guys are missing. Ren.
Shit. If I back up to under Salim, can I see this?
Yeah,
jerk?
you can see there's like it's like there's railings, but they're like far enough apart that you can actually see pretty well through them. Not so high that like covers an issue.
Okay. I feel like she backs up to Salim and is just like she's got like more blood coming out of her mouth now, and she's just kind of wiping it away as she backs up. She's like, "Wait, we got this. We got this."
Totally.
And then you see her hand come back up with the dog, and there's blood coming out of the dog's mouth, and you just bleh, like fucking Ray of Frost.
Yes, Ren, let the dogs out.
Good
With
hit.
me.
That is in fact a hit.
Oh.
Ren, let's.
All right. His fire's doused a little bit, but before raging back up. And he is not super happy with what you are, Vestian. And he's gonna cast Burning Hands.
Fair.
So go ahead and make me a DC 13 saving throw.
I fail
Dex
it.
save.
Hold on. Let me fail it officially. I fail it.
You take 13 fire damage
All right.
as he just kind of like vomits flames onto you. Because it's kind of like a... and then just-
Perfect. I like it. I am singed. My sweet wyvern bone armor set is looking like it needs a good hard cleaning.
That said, he can't do any of his cool fancy stuff because it takes an action. So he's just going to stand there.
Perfect.
Your turn. Surprise?
Picking up on Salim's cues, he says, "Sachet, sachet, pirouette," and slashes this guy with a whirling dervish for a 22.
That's a hit.
Wrecked. 8 slashing damage.
All right. He takes the hit, and when you like pull the axe free of him, like fire, like where you expect blood, it's just fire.
Gross. That's awesome. I like that. That's pretty dope. That's it. That's all I got.
Cardis.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to keep trying the Ray of Frost at this point. It's probably the best. Where's my sheet? It's probably the best option.
Don't worry. In about 18 seconds, you can just stand on my corpse.
I don't want you to die.
Well.
I also don't want to die.
Yep.
That's fair.
Oh wait. Excuse me. I still have magic weapon up.
You do.
That lasts a while, so.
Or is there enough?
I believe an hour.
Oh. I guess I wouldn't be able to get. Yeah. I can't get to him to stab him anyway, so.
I mean, how would you like to make a check to be able to get on the other side of him?
Yeah.
And have that check be acrobatics?
Sure.
How much do you want to run on the railings and then jump behind him?
So bad.
That'd be dope.
Go ahead and
That's dope.
that's enough.
All right. I think it would be surprising, given her size, that she can be that fast.
You
And that,
mentioned that she's very lithe, though.
Mhm.
Like, she's big, but she's
She's very, yeah. She's not like bulky.
not. She's
I mean,
Yeah.
we've all seen Beverly Hills Ninja, so like we know it's possible.
She's think more Amazon than truck.
Then Chris Farley.
Like Xena
Yeah.
Princess.
you end up there.
All right. Then I will make with stabbing.
That's a hit.
So there should be a +1. Yeah.
So 9.
So +1.
All right. Yep. You run across the railing, slash at him, and then jump behind him. He was not expecting that,
No.
because I like my players to look cool. Salim.
Salim is stoked seeing Vestian take in some dance moves and, begins to taunt it like, yes, we're the most nimble, the most quick. And then seeing Cardis just easily outclass him immediately, just like, shit, she's so fucking good at everything.
Eldritch Blast.
I love how, entirely unintentionally, every time you do something amazing, I also do something amazing.
It's great.
And it, unintentionally totally overshadows everything you do.
Yeah, we're all really
That's a hit,
excited
by
by
the
it, Maddie.
Is 16 good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. For 6 points of damage. And after he fires that, he's going to look to Ren and just say, oh, he's hurt, you're hurt. I'm getting closer. And he's just going to move to a place where he can reach now both Vestian and Ren, depending on who goes down first.
Sounds good.
I'm going to keep everybody alive, damn it.
It's my one job, Celine.
I need to check if this
And I'm better at it than you.
burn one of those, and she's going to use Misty Step.
Ooh.
I don't want to. if you're going over here, then I'm going over here.
All right.
Stand right behind, and you just hear behind you, Vestian, as she casts Ray of Frost again on this guy.
What does your Misty Step look like? Out of curiosity.
She makes some sort of sound effect like swoop, and you just see Cloud kind of like smoke bomb, but she doesn't actually throw anything. She just makes the hand gesture, and then it's really slow. So it's kind of like when you hit the elevator, you're like, fuck you, but the door takes really long to close. So it's not as cool. It's kind of like smoke comes up and then it evaporates back down when she appears on the other side.
That's
Got
awesome.
That's a hit for 1.
Nailed it, guys. I got 6 damage on him so far.
You're killing it.
Killing him softly, without a doubt.
So the nice thing is that you guys are all right next to each other.
And now he explodes.
No, but I can use that thing. I'm gonna do another flaming whirl, which means I get to move 15 feet through people.
It's Cardis, right?
Yeah, just cards, right?
I think I can hit all of you as he goes over the railing and hits
Except
Celine.
Cardis, yeah.
He's so weak, though.
So Cardis, Vestian, Ren, Salim. I think I hit Salim.
So we can take it.
Wait, no, I need to roll damage. You take 5 fire damage. So what happens, what this looks like is he like spins around, slashes Cardis, and then this, you know when people are on fire and they just kind of like, when they run? He does that, but also is like slashing at you guys, and then like falls over the banister and like slashes down on Salim. You guys, most of you managed to like get out of the way. But
Who's the furthest one from him? Oh, God.
And I got one last second level spell slot, so I'm going to Misty Step again.
Good call.
Son of a gun.
You're approaching Beckwith Farm.
All right, Vestian. You need a ranged attack option.
No, I have a ranged attack option. It's fine. I got this. Vestian runs to here. And then, with all the might bestowed on Norman, he grabs overhand and just throws the battle axe across the goddamn room at this stupid flaming asshole.
You do this at disadvantage because it's not a throwing
That's
weapon.
fine. Let's see what happens. At that point, it would be two-handed, so let's go. Fucking... it just clatters. It's very heavy on one side.
It actually lands like right at his feet.
Just into the other side of the room. Like it sticks into the floor at the bottom of the railings. Shit.
No, it landed here. Like,
oh, perfect.
Like right in front of him.
Yeah. And he just looks to Salim. Damn it. And starts to continue running down.
That's cool. We got
10,
this.
15,
Curtis.
20, 25, 30. Shit.
Ah, dang it. Going down the stairs.
So far away.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, we get
It's
going.
almost like he's trying to stay away from you guys.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay, so I can reinforce him from here.
Mhm.
So I would do that. Oh, or not.
This is where it goes south.
Nope.
Anything?
So then I will just, I guess, move to the stairs.
All right. Any?
I
No,
don't
you're good.
have a bonus action at this point, so
Have you inspired someone?
I haven't. I only have one left, though.
Are we going down this cliff?
I don't know when we're getting a long rest. So,
Probably after this fight.
oh, then I will.
Probably once he's safe to sleep.
I will mention to you guys, my encounters are really, really tough, but there aren't very many of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna inspire you. Bastian, I think.
Sweet.
Immortal thoughts of a myriad of souls that echo forth, the songs of multitudes, and on forever and onward now, all great things to come.
Rad.
I like it.
Salim.
Okay, hearing Cardis give off such inspiring words to our buddy Salim, or to our buddy Vestian, Salim thinks of the bard he had heard previously before, the bard Palm Teddy, and he says the words "Last dance with this merry flame" as he fires an Eldritch Blast and hopefully kills this thing. 14, damn it! I don't think it's enough.
That's a miss.
I must have got the words wrong. I'm sorry, everyone. Anyways, oh hey Vestian. Sorry I didn't cure you. I thought a joke would help. I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
Red.
Yeah, Ren's just talking to this dog like, yeah, none of us, I mean, this is rough. I need a nap. I'm well overdue for a nap. I got too much energy. I can't do this anymore. And she just leans over and just kind of like, shwhoop.
For like, I was gonna say for like 1 damage though.
Hi, how dare you?
That's enough to do it though.
Yes. She goes, and we're useful. High five, Salim.
So your ray of frost like pierces through his chest, and the rest of him seems to cave into that hole until it's nothing.
Wow.
And you hear an audible sound. And in his place is the little flickering light.
Salim, put it in your face.
Vestian
I'm going
walks
to
over
put it in
and
my no.
rips his axe out.
Oh, I forgot to mention something. Left
That's
behind, other than I mentioned all like the fire and stuff going into the chest cavity, what drops to the ground is a skull with 2 vertebrae attached to it.
Like a Norman skull?
Mm-hmm. Like a normal skull.
No, like a Norman?
Yeah, Hrodolf is Norman.
Okay.
Yeah.
With just two little spinally dudes right there, huh?
And floating above that, about, grabbing height, is the flicker.
So I think Vestian wrenches his axe out and then reaches down and picks up the skull and then sort of like you're catching a glowfly. He just sort of like scoops it.
Air scoops.
He just
You grab it?
No, he scoops it in the empty head of the skull. He just sort of gets it in the skull head.
It burns through the skull.
Oh, well. Like
Do that with your face.
Like, how fast does it burn through? Like, is this like into my hand immediately?
No, like you try to scoop it into the skull.
Yeah.
And it you hear it, and then it pops back out.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Should I feel like I shouldn't grab it, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Go mouth first.
Not
Eat it.
Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that.
Maybe it tastes good.
You have a clay hand.
Yeah, you could have a clay tongue or a fire tongue.
Ooh.
No. And so he very cautiously, like in the same way that the old guy was holding it, he kind of reaches out. I'm gonna regret this. I know
The
this
dog barks as he touches it to try to scare him.
and he grabs it, or he attempts to at least.
Yeah, cool. I know there's a description of this somewhere.
That face you made. I don't like how excited you were about what just happened.
I like these effects. They're
I
fun.
bet you do.
So you grab it, it goes through the glove of your hand, through your veins, leaving a soft glow trailing along your arm. The flame continues to travel until it reaches the hunter's eye, blinding them as it sears and flickers within. One of your eyes now glows like a lantern, but you can't see out of it.
Great. Good thing I don't use a bow.
Does it still look like an eye? Like he has like a lazy eye?
No, his eye still looks around. It's like a bull-headed or a bull-eyed lantern.
Oh, okay.
So like it narrows when I look at things.
Like a searchlight.
That's dope.
Is that a condition that can be cured, or is that just permanent because of this?
That's the effect of the cinder.
It's all been my business. Dope. Okay. Neat.
Yep. So you learn some more cantrips.
Yeah.
And you can cast Burning Hands once per day.
Yeah. I needed that, like a fire in the eye.
I will. Oh, I can show you guys. You guys know. You guys have all the new spells, right? On the handouts.
Nope.
No.
Oh, I mean,
No?
I'm sure. Yes, we do. It's in the handouts somewhere.
And the relics and curios. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got warming.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well as
Yeah, and I think it's like Vestian goes, I'm gonna regret this as soon as I touch it. And then as soon as he touches it, he's like, ah, ah, as it's like consuming his flesh. Ah, where'd it go?
It's.
you can feel it. It's very warm.
How you feeling there, champ?
It's in my face. It's in my face,
She
right?
said face first. You could have saved yourself some time by just going mouth down on it.
It's in my face, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, where in my face?
Hey, so do me a favor. Can you close this eye for me real quick?
This one?
It hurts.
Okay.
Now what?
Can you still see me?
No, my eye's closed.
Okay, see.
I mean, I can. Am I blind with one eye, or can I actually
Yeah, one
see?
of your eyes is blind.
Yeah, no, I can't. Oh.
It's like looking with a flashlight in your eye.
Oh.
Do it the other way. Open
Now
the
try the
one
other
other eye.
side.
Now I can see still.
When you close your eye, it actually glows a little. You can see the glow through the
Like holding
eyelid.
a flashlight through. No, I can see with this one. I see what's happening here.
Close both of them.
No, I got it.
Okay.
No, for
It's in
science,
my-
please.
It's in my eye. Okay.
Please close both of them, please.
Close.
Everyone back out quickly and quiet.
I can hear you. It's a cavernous room. Ah, crap.
How did that guy know you're dead?
I don't know. I killed him. Well, I guess she killed him, but we killed him before I got to really talk about it. So now I
You
got
asked
new
your dad.
questions. I got new questions. I guess
I'd say grab his. Well, yeah, never mind. Well, I guess we'll just ask your dad when we get back.
I'm gonna go look through the soot and see what remains of this immediate area.
Yeah. So, you found the cinder. While many of the tomes and scrolls Rodolph had been reading are now singed from his augmentation, you can make out some information. According to the material, it's possible to create a meta-magical pit of sorts using objects or people of incredibly high ego placed in certain patterns and in certain places, favoring places of civilization. In addition to this is a map of the island with several locations circled in black coal, with lines stretching between them in a nonsensical pattern.
Oh, he takes that for sure.
The locations are easily marked as the four towns of Norsate: Hostad, Hoxayord, Pilgrim's End, and Alumu Alrie.
Yeah, he snatches that up
Yeah.
for sure. Something about using egoists to fuel something. And it has all of the towns of Norsate circled. I think he was planning something far bigger than this, and this is just the start of it. Obviously, Zahaya said the egoists were the first ones to go.
Maybe we should go back and check and see if the people are okay.
Yes.
No?
Hopefully they've woken up now.
Do we know how to get back? I don't remember how we got here.
How did
Yeah.
we get here again?
The mushroom.
Suddenly.
You guys were like, nom, nom, nom. And then we had to chase you because you guys were losing it.
Right.
And then you put on a great show.
Ren,
You
I'm
just-
going to mention the entire time you guys are running through the town to get to the library, there were Twisted following you. Like, some fights happened on the way to the library that you guys just completely missed.
And the door's like barred behind us.
I love the idea of Vestian doing his own twirl, but he just happened to have his battle axe out, and
Yeah.
he took down a couple of them as he spun.
It's like, you ever see what Pyro sees from Team Fortress, and it's him
Yeah.
like spraying rainbows, and then in real life it's him just lighting people on fire. That's Vestian. That's what actually happens in Vestian's head all the time.
But
So-
I think we're going to leave the total ramifications of what happened until next time.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. Cool. All right, let's go around, do our introductions. Let's get the heck out of here. Let's raid one of our friends. We'll start with the foe fighter here, Ren, Destroyer of Flames. Who are you? Where can we find you, Mr. Ninja on the internet? And what did you think of today's episode?
I thought you meant foe as in fake, like the fake fighter. I was
Nope.
like, how fucking dare you?
Nope, foe is an
That
enemy.
11 damage total that I did the entire fight came in handy. I am Express Ginger Ninja. I love playing Ren. I like being goofy with Salim and having a cool clay hand. I love the world that Ethan's built, and I'm super excited for everything else that's going to try to kill us. Thanks.
Perfect. Speaking of Salim, Bird, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of today's episode?
Hey, I'm Bird vs. Plane. You can find me on Twitch and on Twitter at that. You can also find me at Bird in the Storm Publishing. Check me out at PAX Unplugged coming up here soon. That's going to be really fun. It's a fun session. I'm glad we got those we're Chekhov's shrooms. You introduce shrooms in the first episode. Someone has to eat them before the campaign is over.
That's true.
I couldn't have imagined a better way to do it than by dance fighting a bunch of Twisted before we proved to an old flaming man that we were better dancers than he was.
You got twisted with the Twisted.
That's true.
Yeah. Hey.
And proving once again she is a better dancer than us. Madfish, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think about today's episode?
Hi, I'm Madfishmonger. You can find me online at Madfishmonger, mostly on the Twitters, and on the Etsy. I make some dice bags as well. I don't know if Cardis is a good dancer, to be honest. I guess she would be overall, but you know, I'm having a lot of fun, like, not always making the best decision as a player.
I heard somebody.
I like making the best decision that my character would make, which is not always the not always the best decision that, you know, as a player I should make.
Sorry
That's always a good time, and I like playing Cardis, and I like our weird interactions with each other. We're a weird crew. I like us a lot.
For sure. And last but not least, definitely not least this time, Ethan, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of today's episode?
Hi, I'm Ethan. You can find me on Twitter at Super Robot Bear. That's where I talk about most of the stuff, including the North Seat, which I wrote and you have experienced part of. Mm-hmm. If you want to yell at me and tell me what you think about all the stuff that's happened, I'd be happy to hear it. It's just what you like, what you don't like. As a viewer, your opinion also matters, right? As far as like whether something's interesting or not. I'd be curious to hear what you think about this game as a streaming thing.
That is true.
So yeah, you can find me there, and I do other stuff, and you can find that there as well.
Sweet. While you're checking out that link that we just put in chat for Ethan, also take a look at the Dice of Rolling, a full set of optimized of dice with optimized quantities for D&D 5e specifically. When you want to roll those fireballs to torture your players, you scoop up those d6s and roll all of them. Use coupon code UMG for $1 off, and check there this Friday for their big Black Friday sale. Yeah, also, we're going to go, we've launched a Patreon, guys. If you want to help get the lovely faces you see here paid, we were looking to pay our GMs and our players in the coming seasons, but we can't do it without your help. So go check it out. Every dollar helps. And we're going to go raid, last but not least, our friend Scraticus of the Scraticus Academy. They are playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition right now. They're playing some Curse of Strahd. So go give them all of your hot, sticky raid love. And from all of us to you guys, bye-bye.